Howdy, Jabut Stalkaz. In today's video, we're going to take a look at some equine characters in media. But before we continue, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified. Alright, let's get to it.
Up first we have My Little Pony, a franchise created by Hasbro. It focuses around the main six, pun intended, six equine characters: Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, and Twilight Sparkle. There are three different types of ponies. There are the Earth ponies, Unicorns, Pegasus. There's also the rare Alicorn. There are also other mythical creatures such as dragons and griffins. The franchise started in 1982 as just toys, but then moved on to TV series, a total of 5 different generations. The first generation ran from 1986 to 1987, entitled My Little Pony and Friends. Generation 2, which came out in 1992, was a series called My Little Pony Tales. Generation 3, collection of direct-to-DVD movies, came out between 2003 and 2009. Generation 4 was titled My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. It was a series between 2010 and 2019 and took place in the land of Equestria. The fifth generation was a CGI film in 2021, was titled My Little Pony: A New Generation. Next we have Quick Draw McGraw, star of the Hanna-Barbera show entitled The Quick Draw McGraw Show that came out between 1959 and 1961. He is a sheriff in the Wild West, often comedic in nature, and he has a deputy, which is a Mexican burro or donkey named Baba Louie. The show included segments of Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy, and Snooper and Blabber, which are a cat and mouse duo. Next up, we have Maximus, horse character from the 2010 Disney film Tangled. The movie is based off of the Jakob and Wilhelm Grimm brothers' fairy tale Rapunzel, and it focuses around Rapunzel, who is a princess locked in a tower, totally removed from the outside world. There's no connection to the outside world, but what happens is that the prince eventually encounters her, and in order to get up to her, she lets down her hair and he uses it to climb up the tower. In the movie itself, instead of a prince, we have Flynn Rider, who's a thief and scoundrel. The horse Maximus is actually of the captain of the guards, but Flynn rides on him. The character is known as having integrity, loyalty, and is known for being very strong-willed.
Ride like the wind, Bullseye!
Up next is Bullseye, a horse character from the Disney Pixar Toy Story franchise. He debuted in Toy Story 2, which came out in 1999. He is part of Woody's Roundup collection, along with Woody, the cowboy, Jessie, the cowgirl, and Stinky Pete, the prospector. He's known as being kind and dependable.
Back up, back up, back up!
Next is Spirit, star of the 2002 DreamWorks film Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. It takes place in the Wild West during the mid-19th century. He's a wild stallion that was wrangled up by the military, and despite their attempts to tame him, he escapes. He ends up befriending a native horse named Rain. He's known for being very wild, spirited, as the name suggests, and strong-willed. Next we have Khan, a horse character from the 1998 Disney film Mulan. It's a horse belonging to the Fa family. Of course, the film centers around the title character Mulan, a young woman who lives in China, and the horse Khan assists Mulan in her adventures. She has joined the military to protect the empire from the evil Shan Yu. He's known for being brave and loyal. Next up we have Philippe, the horse character from the animated Disney film from 1991, Beauty and the Beast. As a side note, this is my favorite Disney film, just from the storyline, the animation, and the music. But back to the horse. He's a Belgian draft horse and is known for being very easily scared. Basically, the synopsis of the story is that there's a young woman in France named Belle who lives with her father, and is known for reading and going on adventures. And one day she ends up getting lost in the woods, and she ends up being chased by the character the Beast, who was originally a prince but then was subjected to a spell and turned him into a ferocious monster. So Belle ends up in Beast's castle and is basically held hostage there. But eventually she falls in love with the Beast, and I won't spoil the end, but it's a really, really good story.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yes, isn't it?
Last but not least, we have Major, a horse character from the 1950 animated Disney film Cinderella. It's a film adaptation from the Grimm brothers' fairy tale of the same name. What happens is that Cinderella is a young woman with her father, and the father remarries after he becomes widowed, the evil stepmother, Lady Tremaine. So they all live together along with Tremaine's two evil stepdaughters. Eventually the father passes away, and Cinderella's there alone with her evil stepfamily, and she's made to do all the chores and is treated harshly. And what happens is that the prince is having a ball in town in order to find a wife, and everyone's invited except for Cinderella, who's left to stay behind. And so what happens is that the fairy godmother shows up and grants her her dream of going to the ball, and transforms everyday objects and everyday characters into royal majestic features. And so she's able to attend the ball, and the prince thinks that she's a royal princess. I won't give away the ending for those of you who don't know it, but it's a really, really sweet movie and a really good story.
Alright, so there you are. Which one was your favorite? Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. This is Stalkaz. See ya!